Good morning. Kev's going out cutting hedges. I've got a flatbed over there. Board the neighbour's flatbed, off for a digger. We're off. Dunk headed out to do a bit of ploughing and it is still sodding. Couldn't have bothered. Ready to rock and roll. Let's go. We're off to yard 4 to dig a hole. Dad noticed quite a widespread wet spot in a field along at yard 4. Hopefully we're going to get that sown as soon as the weather dries up, so could do with getting in. I think it might be a collapsed drain of some sort. So have a quick look. Yard 4. Just go round the back here, tuck it in the back so it's not visible from the road. We've got a few wet patches at this yard. Stay there. Down. Please forgive my amateurish unloading and loading. It's only the second time I put it on a flatbed. Alright, that's that unloaded. That's just come to pick me up. We need to go along to yard 2 to the shed. The guy who's running the whole project, he's there just now, so we need to ask him a few questions. This was a field of peas. The wet patch is away down there. Dad's over there just now. You can see the wet bit in amongst here. It was a bit wet last year when we ploughed this ground, so hopefully we'll find something fairly obvious. A big wet hole. Dad's currently on the other side of the hedge, seeing if there's anything obvious up there bubbling up. So there's kind of a ditch on this side, which we think there must be a drain that runs from the ditch under the field somewhere, so we're going to start at the ditch side. I've cleaned out all up to here, we've not found anything yet.
We have found a streak of stones lying parallel with the ditch, so we're doing a bit of exploration. We're going to see where they go, see if they tie into the ditch at any point, and if they do, check it's all running clear, which I don't think it is because the ditch is full.
As you can see, we've made a mess. We found a bit of a stone drain-ish. It's to tie the ditch in, I think, but the ditch isn't quite getting through here. Since we've opened it up, there's definitely water starting to flow away, so we've improved things, but as to exactly what's going on, we're still not 100% sure. It is like a bottomless pit in here. What a mess we're making. Got to speculate to accumulate. We're a digger, so manky. Okay, so where we're at, we've dug all that bit out. There's no obvious bit that joins into the ditch, so we're just going to make a new one. So I'm going to fill in all that we don't need uncovered, i.e. this bit right up to where Dad is. Cover that all back up, then we'll open up the ditch a wee bit to let some water through, and we're going to leave it for a while, and hopefully that'll dry up this whole area, because this is all sodden wet because of this issue.
Where Dad is standing right now, the gravel turns 90 degrees and heads off down the field. So we know there's water flowing down there through the field, so we're just going to connect that up somewhat to the ditch and see what happens.
Now we find out if this is a good or a bad idea. Something tells me slightly bad. Okay, we've made a swimming pool. Hopefully this is as worse as it gets, because we've basically emptied the ditch on the other side, which is full to the brim. And now we'll just leave this to hopefully drain away down in that direction. We'll go and have a look around the ditch side. This was where the gravel ran along there. I filled it all in again just because I didn't want to fill the whole thing with water. There's a gravel bit that runs along there, keeps going that way, and then it kind of tears off to the right down there. So nothing obvious to join into the ditch on that side. About here is the low point in the ditch. So we've broken through there. Let this all flow and drain away. Hopefully it'll dry up this patch as well and we can get the ground worked. Then we need to come back here, pipe in there, out to the drain that runs off there. Rough plan. Any other suggestions, let me know, but that's our rough, inexperienced opinion. But most of it's drained away now. Water flows under the road there and joins into the ditch there, then comes down here. And then we've dug a big hole just in there. Dogs are having a good time. Oh, Jesus. Wreak havoc abandoned ship. Alright, we're good to go. Just tried to get all the soil out from under the tracks, or between the tracks. I wasn't sure whether Dad would get out the field, but he's made it. I'm just going into a wee rally up and down the grass verge to try and clean it off a bit. Digger needs a wee bit of a wash, I think. Right, we'll get it back up to the yard. I'm not going to move it farm because we'll need it here again. So we'll just get it packed up in a shed, get the trailer back to the neighbour, keep an eye on that hole and look out for some dryish weather, and just I'll come back later maybe once the water's had a chance to settle and see if that hole's drained itself. We're not 100% sure whether that stone drain will be able to take all the water, so that's the potential downfall. We'll just have to wait and see. All tucked up in here. Got some OSR in here to sell. It was all nice and sunny when we arrived. We almost went sowing this morning. Just as well we didn't. Very handy trailer that. Yes, it's not amazing for if you've got shifting loads and loads of bales. You get the digger on that, you get some fat bags on that, you get some seed bags on that, chuck a forklift on it. Very handy. Kind of changed our mind on what we're going to do with the trailer. So a wee while back when we first thought about it, we thought we'd maybe get a flatbed that would do a digger, put ramps on it. But actually I think what we're going to do is we'll get a new flatbed, a bale trailer, whether we go another 4 foot bigger than what we've got just now, so get another line of bales on, and then look for a second hand trailer, just very similar to that, for shifting the digger about and doing odd jobs and bits and bobs. And yes, that can do bales, not as many, but if you want to run 2 trailers you can. Fab a wee wedge up for the back. I don't know where the saying's from or who says it, but if you need to borrow something more than once, get your own. So I think we need to just pull our fingers out and get a move on with our trailer. Trailer dropped, thank you very much. Back to yard 1. Just got a lorry here for some barley. Just getting this trailer shifted out of the road first. Loaded up. Nice guy, that lorry driver. Malting barley. So that's the way, hopefully it will make it past the intakes for their screening percentages. The limits are 15%, so fingers crossed. Just like that, a couple of days later, and we have the rafters and the purlins in. So now all the roof sheets will be mounted on top of there. We need a concrete floor, we need some walls, we need some gates and some pens, and we are ready for business. We're probably about 6 weeks out from filling this shed with cattle for the winter time. You beauty. Didn't think it would take that much water. Got a track in there, put some gravel in, or just straight pipe. Not decided yet, and then we'll fill this all in again and allow this area all to dry up. Jackpot. We've actually fixed something with the digger rather than just destroying stuff. We dug that out initially to see if there was anything obvious taking the water through to the field that might have been covered up or blocked or whatever, but there wasn't. So you can see water bubbling up there, that comes under the road from the field above. I need to go, Dad's. I'm in the way. I didn't know Dad was coming to look at it, and Dad didn't know I was coming to look at it, so we arrived at the same time. Also, 2 Farming Crawfords podcast, link down below, there's a new episode out. Okay, I've possibly got a few different designs for the lager label design. So have a look at these, see what you think. This one, number 1, this one, number 2, this one, number 3. See what you think. I might change the name from Bandit Beer or Bandit Brew to a wee beer or a wee lager, a wee beer, I quite like a wee beer. Let me know what you think about all those options, put it down below. We're getting there, we're getting closer to hopefully a final product, which will be crack-a-lacking. You better buy, because I'm going to be out of pocket. And also, we're just about at 20,000, so while you're at it, down commenting, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. There'll be enough people watching that haven't subscribed. If you just click the button, costs you nothing, makes me jolly.